All right, on to our main story. I saw this. Why are so many young men single? Are they excluded from a brutal mating market by society? Probably not. 45% of men aged 18 to 25 have never approached a woman in person. A sizable minority of men are not approaching women at all. In the entire data set, 29% of men said they had never approached a woman in person before. 27% said it had been more than a year. This was larger for men in the 18 to 25% group. 45% had never approached a woman in person. This is again consistent with the hypothesis that there is a generational risk aversion trend in Zoomers. 17% had not approached a woman in more than 1 year. Never and more than 1 year are discrete groups. This means about half of all single men in my data set are effectively not approaching women for dates in person. What are we defining as approaching? I mean, it's hard to say from this information, but I would guess approaching here means walking up to a woman that you're interested in and striking up a conversation. Someone that you don't know, walking up to them and striking up a conversation. This is the original source. Thank you, Octminer. I ain't talking to those cootie carriers. Okay, that's fair, honestly. Men are significantly more risk averse than those who do approach women. Risk-taking score. It's actually a white pill. It isn't the powerful forces of society at large that explain young male singledom. It's actually much more mundane. Young men are simply not trying. What about men who do approach? Most are successful to some extent. 68% reported making at least one successful romantic connection. Wait, you mean to tell me you miss all the shots you don't take? No freaking way, dude. No freaking way. No way, dude. Oh, here it is. Psychologist Andrew Thomas recently ran a poll and said, have you ever felt a profound and enduring state of unhappiness, uneasiness, and discontent about your singlehood? The phrasing of the question was intended to mirror that of a clinical dysphoria. 55% of men and, holy shit, 45% of women reported yes. Thomas has written about the emerging concept of dysphoric singlehood and its manifestations in modern society. The result of this poll further indicate that feelings of dysphoric singlehood are a common experience. A large number of people, in particular young adults, have been single, lonely, and unhappy. This is unironically the consequences of introducing the internet, but not accurately planning society correctly. AKA third spaces, AKA walkable cities, AKA like people being able to afford going out. Because the internet, in my opinion, is great, and it always will be great unless some crazy shit happens. Even in its current state, I still love the internet, but I'm like a degen, so I'm allowed to. But you can't have the internet and also not have walkable cities and not have trains and not have buses and not have people have to commute in something other than a car and not have people making money that they can afford going out once in a while. Like, you have to have all of those things and you can have internet and it's fine. But when you have just internet, it's like, yeah, why would I go out and spend the $4 I have or not go out? Where the fuck are they supposed to approach women at the supermarket while they're shopping? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, like currently? Yeah, there's like nowhere to go. It's not like people, because normally in a working society, you go to your local cafe that you always go to on your way to work. You have your 15-minute walk to work. You always drop by the same cafe. You always get the same coffee, or maybe sometimes you switch it up. And one day you see a bad bitch. And you're like, hey, you know, liked your vibe across the room. Here's my number if you want to. And eventually one of those people in all of these instances will text you back. But when you don't have that and the wagey cagey hops inside of the fucking wagey cagey car, drives on a fucking dogshit freeway, sits in traffic for 30 minutes, shows up at work, and in my opinion, TBQH, I don't endorse flirting with coworkers. It seems like a bad idea. Just seems like not a good idea, TBQH. So let's say you don't shit where you eat. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's one of those things where if you go to work and you have friends at work and you guys have been friends for years, maybe you can, but like just doing it randomly, not a great idea. Not a great idea. And not necessarily because I think, not even necessarily because I think it's impolite, but because I think some people won't take it well and you don't want that awkward atmosphere and environment. And also because some people can't do it well and you don't want that awkward atmosphere and environment. Like, here's a good example. Wait. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Bootleg Toe, thank you so much for the 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 30 months, sorry. I do not want people approaching me while buying grocery or coffee. Where do I buy bad bitch repellent? Sorry, this is your life now. You will be approached. Let me see, where is it? Oh, maybe it's in my bookmarks. I saw like a crazy tweet, but then it like, I feel like a lot of people took it out of context and then they started doing the thing that Twitter does, which is project some crazy shit onto it. Hey, where did it go? Maybe they went on private. Oh, man. Well, anyways, it was a tweet of someone saying, basically they were complaining about a coworker hitting on them in messages. And the message is like, I'm just so nosy. Are you interested in anyone? And then they added context saying that this is like their 10th spam message. And I will tell you guys, okay, all right, contrary to popular belief, that is not a popular strategy. That's not a good strategy, okay? I'm going to be honest. Two worst things, okay? Putting out feelers because it is such a bitch pussy move. And number two, trying to be friends with someone when really you want more than that. If you're interested in dating someone, you should just be upfront about it. That shit where people, oh, it's the worst, where people try to be your friend and they're like, haha, yeah, like, let's be friends, ha, yeah. And they don't want to be your friend. Stop. It's the worst. You're such a terrible person. Stop. Don't do that. No. No. All right. And number two, the like, hey, are you interested in anyone? You know, you seen anyone? Like, you want to, not even you seen anyone. You're interested? Is there anyone you like? if you had to date someone in our office, who would you? No. Oh my God, just shoot your shot, dude. Just be like, hey, you doing anything later? You want to grab a drink? I'll get if you don't want to. No problem. Because your intentions are clear. If they want to, they will. And now in the back of their mind, they always know that you might be interested. All the other shit is so awful. I don't understand why people do it. Is this the 8th grade? Yeah. Quote, do not approach me while at work, shopping, while doing activities with other people. So we're meeting people naturally. Don't harass people, but humans have to interact somewhere. Wait, what? Who are you quoting here with the do not approach me at work, shopping, while doing activities with other people? Hi, I'm getting a drink if you care to join. Oh, sorry. Actually, I forgot to say this. Never, never pull that shit, okay? When someone's at their job and they have to be nice to you, okay? All right, that shit is fucked up, all right? If you insist on hitting on like a barista or something, you give them your phone number on a napkin or on a card or something, and you leave it be. Okay? never someone who has to be nice to you. It is their job to be nice to you. And you're like, do you want to do this? And now you're requiring them to answer you. Because it's just fucked up to do, man. It's just fucked up to do. Let me see if I can find something. One sec. That feels like the consensus by who? I don't know a single person, not a single one of my friends that thinks this. The only thing that people think is don't approach me at the gym because I'm not there to hit on people or to get hit on. I'm there to work out. And don't approach me at work. Because I have to be nice to you or my manager will get mad at me and yell at me. Everywhere else, as far as I'm concerned, is kind of like fair game. And I don't know of a single person who's like, no, you're not allowed to do that ever anywhere. Besides, everybody knows the golden rule. If you don't want to be approached, put on a headset. Where then? Literally everywhere that is not gym or work. And literally anywhere else. Those are only 2 places. So where? The gym is like the only third place. Cafes, bars, restaurants, walking on the street, buses, trains, if you have any, a park. Like, what do you mean where? Like, I know, I've seen people pull at like a Subway, okay? I've seen people pull at a grocery store, all right? Like literally an arcade, anywhere that is not the gym or someone's job. There's literally all of the other places.
You're a straight dude. Get you a lesbian friend. They always have attractive friends.
Wait, what? I didn't hear that. I missed that. Sorry. Wasn't paying attention. Women in this chat today have said all those ideas are bad. Where? Can you show me one of the women that's in the room with us right now? You literally read a don't approach me while I'm shopping person earlier. No, this was someone that said this feels like the consensus. They're saying the same thing that you're saying, which is other people are saying this. But I want to find the people that are actually saying this. Guys, you forgot the rule number 1, be attractive. Wrong. Rule number 1 is have some fucking riz, bro. Okay? That's rule number 1. Pete Davidson does not pull because he's attractive. He pulls because he's got quirky white boy riz. Okay? You find your riz that works for you. So wrong, acting like you've never seen a quote uggo with a partner. Dude, you know how many bad bitches I know are dating dudes who like don't take care of themselves physically at all? Which like no shame to them or whatever. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Do you know your boyfriend has like holes in his shirt, man? She's like, yeah, I don't care. Are you sure you don't care? Like, are you sure? I guess, damn. Wow. Let it hang, huh? Literally, do we have to pull up the SS Sniper Wolf photo again for the fucking 100th time? How many times? How many times we got to show this shit before you people learn? When will you learn? When? When?
Actually, Denims, he didn't pull Sniper Wolf with Riz. He had a massive cock YEP.
You can't pull with a massive cock. I don't know why people bring this up so often. I'm assuming you're just joking around, but I don't know why people bring this up so often, because in order to see someone's cock, okay, you have to, you know, already be interested in them, right? And anyone who has it hanging all the time is not pulling. And anyone who's sending it to random people is not pulling. I promise you, there has never been a single time that a dude has sent a random chick his penis and been like, look at how big it is. And she was like, wow, well, I wasn't interested before, but then I saw that. You sent me that unsolicited. And now I'm interested. That's not right. But it's like, it's fucked up, but literally it's just, there's a really good, I'm pretty sure this is a really good Dr. K video on it. Why shit life syndrome is holding you back. I like to call it loser brain, if this is what I think it is.
So we use this term life syndrome to basically describe this group of people whose lives are so bad as they are trying to survive in life, they run into mental health challenges. They
Or it
go
might be
somewhere,
something
they
else.
get diagnosed with a particular
Paul the IT guy, thank you so much for the 15 months.
thing, and they just rack up these diagnoses. I remember seeing this mentioned in an HG video a while ago, but I don't remember which one it was. I'm sure it's not an empirical medical phenomenon or anything, but whatever it resembles, I'm curious about the outcomes of the people who suffer from it. Is there such a thing in living in a situation that is systemic?
Sorry. Just to respond. Obviously,
for the amazing content and takes. Take my Bezos money and keep cooking on his dime.
Thank you, amateur. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 months. Obviously, women aren't a monolith. All I'm saying is you'll never find a time or place 100% of women want to be approached. There are degrees, but the primary factor is being respectful. I feel like I conveyed my point poorly. Well, what happened was I said, honestly, as long as you're not approaching women at their job where they have to be nice to you, and gyms where people are going to work out, not pick people up, and you kind of want to just focus on your workout. You responded saying, you know, not all women would agree with that. You should just approach women when you feel like the vibes are right. But that's like me saying, I think most people like vanilla ice cream, and you saying, you know, people aren't a monolith. Not everybody likes ice cream. Okay. Like, you know, I don't, right? It's kind of just like an empty platitude, I guess, or like an empty talking point. I just listed the 2 areas where like and I guess like a funeral. Those are the 2 areas where you probably shouldn't do it. You probably shouldn't. And everything else is mostly fair game. And then you said not every woman would agree with you. And I said, okay. Hey, it's Cryo. Thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you. All right. Also, if anytime you see a post of like a random woman on the internet saying not to approach people at the grocery store or whatever the fuck, which I haven't even seen these people, by the way. I feel like these people are made up. But if you see that, double check that it's not a sock puppet account for starters, or a shitposting account, or a troll account. And then second, remember that femcells exist, guys, okay? I think a lot of people forgot that femcells exist. There are women that are incredibly socially anxious, that are total losers in life, and have nothing to do and nowhere to go and no friends. And they sit on the internet all day, okay? That's all they do. They are terminally online. And we don't listen to those women's opinions. You want to know why? Because they're crazy, okay? You will struggle to find a random woman on the street that tells you, yeah, you shouldn't approach me at the grocery store, you shouldn't approach me at a bar, you shouldn't approach me here. I would say if a chick is wearing, or a dude for that matter, is wearing like those big headset, or like a big pair of headphones, they probably don't want to be approached. They probably don't want to be approached. They sit on the internet and watch Aspen Golden. All right.
Chemically unhealthy to the point that there isn't any viable path to good mental health, can people overcome shit life syndrome? Some time ago, I talked about this term shit life syndrome. So when I was a second year resident at maybe intern at Massachusetts General Hospital, I was working with a very, very talented nurse practitioner. She would go see patients, and then I would ask her, what's the diagnosis of the patient? And then sometimes she would say that this patient has shit life syndrome. And so I was really intrigued by the term, and I would ask her, like, what does that mean? And she would basically say, like, okay, so you have these people who come into the emergency room, and if you look at what their diagnosis is, they have like 15. They have ADHD, PTSD, oppositional defiant disorder. These were oftentimes like children or adolescents, major depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, and polysubstance use. So they have all of these different diagnoses. And the thing about these diagnostic constructs is that the idea that someone has 6 different independent brain pathologies or mental health pathologies that are all concurrent is exceedingly rare. And so we use this term shit life syndrome to basically describe this group of people whose lives are so bad that as they are trying to survive in life, they run into mental health challenges. They go somewhere, they get diagnosed with a particular thing, and they just rack up these diagnoses. So this is where the term shit life syndrome comes from. So how to tell the difference between mental disorders and shit life syndrome? I've been trying to answer this question for a while. How do I know what's the cause and what's the effect when it comes to mental state? Am I depressed and suicidal because of how my life turned out? Or am I perceiving life to be more shitty than it is because of underlying mental disorders? I've never been to a psychiatrist, so I've never been diagnosed, but I've been dealing with OCD since I was 6. I experience a lot of MDD, anxiety, social phobia, and ADHD symptoms. I've also been suicidal for more than 6 years. The thing is, most of those things appear so small when put next to 7 figures in the bank account. Most of my issues would immediately disappear. Only then would I be able to do the things because I can, not because I have to. I experience what I'd call a money-induced paralysis. It's very unlikely that I'll ever be financially independent, and it's
This is just, honestly, this isn't even shit life syndrome. This is fucking capitalist syndrome. This is, I live in a capitalist world, and I have to pretend like it doesn't exist. Like, I'm sorry to make everything about capitalism as usual, but like, also, this isn't the video that I thought it was. Oh yeah, this is another one. Also, just don't be a creep, you're fine. I love a good cheesy pickup line. That's what Dr. K means by shit life syndrome. Oh yeah, yeah. This is also a good example of why not everything works on every woman. Some of us love a cheesy pickup line, others would be mortified. Dude, this is why any pickup artist that tells you that they can show you the secret technique to pick up any women and become irresistible is fucking lying to you. Because, okay, I'm gonna say this very quietly so that no one can hear it, okay? But I had someone send me voice notes of them singing to me once, and I have never wanted to explode in the bad way more, okay? And I know some women that would have fucking loved that. I know women who are like, wow, I'm so jealous. I'm like, how could you ever be jealous of this? Astronaut Truck, thank you for the prime. Thank you for the prime. What did they sing? They were composing their own ballads. Okay, and this is someone I like. Like, this is not someone who was cringe. This is someone who is free of being cringe, that they are just themselves always. And I was like, dude, not cool, not cool. Not cool, man. You gotta stop, okay? You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Was the singing any good? It was good. I just don't want that. I don't want that, okay? I don't want that, okay? You gotta send me like a shitpost deep fried meme that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. All right? That's what I want. I want a meme that barely makes any sense to portray your love to me. I don't want a ballad written to me. No, no. But I have a tune in my heart. I know. I know. A deep fried audio of his ballad would have been sick. Okay, but actually, yeah. I mean, I unironically play this song on stream sometimes, like I will right now. For everyone who hasn't heard it before. Anyways, okay, this goes crazy, all right? This goes fucking crazy, all right? And there are the women who want you to fucking play them a piano ballad, all right? There's some women who want you to play them some fucking Elvis, and there's other women who were born on the internet and were raised on the internet that want to listen to this, okay? All right? All right? Chat, I fear she may be the femcel. No, I like people too much. I like people too much. Okay. Also, I wanted to see this really quickly. Someone in chat link this. Bumble, Fumble, online dating app struggle as people swear off swiping. Online dating industry in crisis as shares fall, and nearly half of all users report negative experiences on the app. In May, the dating app Bumble. Wait, when was this posted? August 17th. Oh, so it was posted actually literally today. In May, the dating app Bumble, launched as the feminist Tinder in 2014, ran what it called an anti-celibacy advertising campaign. It featured a woman attempting to swear off dating and become a nun, only to find herself lusting after a hunky convent gardener. The backlash to the Bumble Fumble was swift. Lainey Molnar, a celibacy-forward Instagram personality, said the company was gaslighting women who refused to participate in hookup culture. Seems like women's boundaries over our bodily autonomy are so threatening. The entire concept of dating, they need to put up billboards to stop us. I don't think it's even this complicated.
When you landed right on the edge of the femcel Venn diagram.
Okay, listen, all right, look. Here's the problem, all right? Wait, I will explain. Let me explain. All right, look. When it comes to femcells, please, no. Okay, there we go. Stop it. When it comes to femcells, much like incels, there are like a bunch of traits that mean that you're a femcel, like, here, let's do like incels, for example, right? So like struggles, can we get this text to be smaller? Incels might have a variety of qualities like struggling on dating apps. Oops. Maybe kind of like, what is going on? See, this is why I don't use the text. It's so dog shit. I can't even see my end of the message. Oh my. Okay, whatever. Maybe like kind of awkward, like insecure. Maybe like, I love the Brat Green. Thanks. You know, spends most of free time on the internet. Maybe like plays video games. Spends too much time scrolling. Oops. Right? Maybe just like a smidge antisocial. Okay, but the real thing, you can have as many of these as you want, but you must, in order to be an incel, a real incel, you must hate women. This is the most important one. It doesn't matter how many of these qualities you have to hate women first. Otherwise, you're just some guy that goes on the internet. Right? It's kind of the same thing with femcells. There's like a bunch of qualities that femcells can have. Like, I won't lie, femcells are like uniquely annoying. I don't know how else to describe that. How do you spell is that correct? That looks weird. That doesn't look right. Uniquely. Ew, I don't like the way that that's spelled. Okay, whatever. Uniquely annoying. You know, spends too much time online. Maybe like, you know, believes astrology too much. Fucking whatever amount of quality, okay? Whatever amount of qualities. But realistically, you need to hate men first. You need to hate men first. You can have any of these as you want. But until you have this one, you're not a true femcel. Okay? You're just not. Rad femmes, anti-trans. Yeah, those are usually also in the femcel group. Yeah. What if you sort of hate everyone asking for science? Oh, you're just what people call a loser. Apathy is just for losers. So what do normal people do in their free time? I think they like go to restaurants or something. And some of my friends who are normies, they like go listen to like jazz or something, and then they like pick up instruments and hobbies, and they travel. Travel's a really big one for normies, like vacationing in other places, or road tripping, and a lot of watching Netflix, from my understanding. Those are all my normie friends that I know do that. Yeah. They just like go and hang out with their friends. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every single normie I know who doesn't use the internet really, they love to vacation. Their favorite hobby is vacationing. How do you force yourself out of misanthropy? Oh, I just recognize that it's cringe and I don't want to be cringe. I'm already cringe enough, okay? If I have one more thing on my cringe list, it's so over for me, dude. It's like, it's actually so over, okay? And I can't add that to that list, man. No. Sorry, man. Sorry. I can't help that I love video games. I can't help that I like to sit on my computer for 24 hours a day. And that if you take me out, this has been a sad realization. If I go like to a club or to a bar, once it hits 9 p.m., I'm like, bedtime for me. I'm glad you want to stay up till 3 a.m. And then the entire night is me just like, how do you have so much energy? You know, you get us in some fucking video games. You know, I launch Baldur's Gate. I launch League. Fucking launch Brimworld. I'll play until 4 in the morning. I'll stay up until 7 a.m. playing video games. I'm like, no, man, I'm almost done with the colony. Like, I just need to build one more of these bedrooms, and we just need to accept this last quest. And, okay, I know it's 3 a.m., and I know I said I was going to go to bed 3 hours ago, but just like 30 more minutes. I'm just so close. Okay. But like going outside, it's like, I'm so tired. You know what it is? It's that the monitors are nice and bright, and it's the sky is so dark at night when you're outside. And then it's like, it's turning on my circadian rhythm. And I'm like, oh, the moon is out. I'm supposed to be in bed. So very reasonable, actually. Okay. The cool thing about living in Nashville was going to the bars in the afternoon, since music shows happened late. Wait, that's actually sick. All right, wait. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Bumble Fumble. Ads came down, company apologized. Oh, yeah, dude, when Bumble did that, and the anti-celibacy ads, that was so bad. That was so as someone who like, obviously it's your life, do what you want with your life. As someone who thinks that like celibacy for the purpose of celibacy is kind of stupid, no offense, partial offense. I think that you're doing more harm to yourself than you are good for being celibate just for the purpose of being celibate. I think if you're being celibate for the purpose of, I haven't met anyone I like, yeah, that's a fucking good reason. Or I'm being celibate because I want to focus on school. I want to make sure that I'm focusing on school and getting my degree. Okay, yeah, sure, great. Those are all like good reasons. But just celibate because like I cannot think lustful thoughts towards other people. I'm like, that's stupid. But you're missing out on all of this time that you could be understanding and learning more about yourself. But okay, sure, whatever. Okay. It's your life, man. Making ads to target that is weird. Making ads to target that is so weird, though. Shaming people for their decision is not a great strategy, dude. Yikes. I don't know. I took an oath. Sorry. And TBQH, I don't know if anyone else thinks this, but weren't these dating apps kind of always set to fail? Like, the experience on dating apps is inherently going to be bad because you're commodifying and you're simplifying human interactions, which are not easy to simplify. Like, meeting people is complicated. So no. Dating apps have to be bad in order for users to not only stay on the apps, but spend money on them as well. At least partially, I think, as well. This is also really funny. Shares and Bumble crashed 30% this month after a bad earnings report. Same study found that 52% of online daters said they come across someone that they thought was trying to scam them. 57% of women said online dating is not too or not at all safe. 85% said someone continued to contact them after they said they weren't interested. This is crazy, by the way. This is crazy. I'm not going to lie, guys. I downloaded Bumble. I've done this, I think 3 times now. I download it. I like put up some new photos. I edit it. I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to Bumble. And then I get some matches and I send the first message, to be a Giga Chad. New photos. And then I get like a message and I respond because I'm still like excited about like, oh, ooh, yay. But for some reason, and I still haven't fixed it, my Bumble notifications are off. Probably because Bumble kept telling me, hey, are you sure you don't want to use our app? You don't want to use our app? Do you want to use our app? Do you want to use our app? And so I turned the notifications off. And whenever I start using it again, I forget that I have them off. And I went and checked it. And every time I go and check it and I saw this one poor person sent me like 15 messages. I was like, dude, that was my bad for starting that conversation and then totally forgetting because I wasn't getting any fucking notifications because I forgot that I turned them off. But like, dude, after the third one, I clearly haven't responded. What the fuck is going on here? Oh my God. And it's like, I feel bad because it's not even that I'm bored. It's that I get the matches. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll plan a date. And then I get caught up with work or I get ADHD'd into playing some video games with friends or whatever. And then I completely forget that I was doing something, that I was trying. And then by the time I remember, I'm like, whoa, oh shit, dude. But this is also why it goes back to stop taking things personally, right? What that person might have perceived as, oh, wow, this bitch doesn't like me because I'm not attractive enough. I bet she just did change her mind because she found some Giga Chad, blah, blah, blah. No, This bitch has ADHD and started playing video games and then literally forgot she downloaded the app and her notifications are off because Bumble won't stop spamming her when she's not using the app. And it's literally not personal at all. It's that the bitch just be having ADHD. Okay? What are you talking about? That's a poor excuse I hear a majority of the time. The amount of time someone checks their phone on a day is unfathomable. I just told you, I have my Bumble notifications off because they won't stop spamming me when I'm not using the app. So when I check my phone, I don't get any Bumble notifications. But how did you not hear the major part of that story? This is my emotional support phone, bro. This thing doesn't leave my side. Also, why are we pretending like it's never happened ever in the history of ever? That you open your phone, you're like, I got to send that like message or like, I got to look at that thing. And then you look at your phone and you look at how many rows is this? 6, 7, 4, 28. Your 28 apps on your home screen. And you're like, what was I doing? I'll just look at Twitter. How has it not happened before to literally everyone? You have these social anxiety where when you see a notification, you don't respond for days because you don't want to respond right away. Stupid brain. No, I have the other social anxiety where I forget to respond. I'm like, oh, I'll respond later. I want to make sure I send a good message. Because I don't want to send like a half-hearted message. And then I forget. And then the next day I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot. Oh, I feel so bad. Okay, I'll respond later. I feel too guilty right now to do it. And then like 2 months goes by and you're like, what am I doing? But I try my best to not let that happen. I've gotten a lot better with it, okay? Hilariously enough, it's only when it comes to friends, though. When it comes to strangers, I'm almost like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, you don't like it. Like, you don't like my message. I don't care. But when it comes to friends, my friends get the least responses from me. It's really fucked up. It's actually really fucked up. I feel so bad for them. But anyways. You care too much to half-ass the reply? Yeah, whereas like if it's someone I don't really know that well, I don't really care about half-assing the reply. Okay, all right. What were we talking about? Wait, I was gonna segue into this. Into this video, which has been recommended to me a couple times, and I have not really been enjoying it being recommended to me, but now I have to share it all with you guys, which is a home math video. Guy pretty privilege.
The amount of stuff you can get away with if you're attractive is literally so insane. And everyone talks about women pretty privilege, but no one ever talks about guy pretty privilege.
I always appreciate it when women understand the different ways that they treat different types of men. Guy pretty privilege is another word for hypergamy. So first of all, I'd like to thank her for noticing. And second of all, I have a few stories for you to try
Incel, moist critical.
to encourage you to maybe move up a few notches if possible. But first, listen to how she understands. It's therapeutic.
I think if the unattractive guys tried to do the things that attractive guys did to girls, they would be called out for harassment.
Yeah, exactly. This girl from an old video said, don't catcall me unless you're attractive. And then she said it was a joke, which means it's kind of true.
But if an attractive guy did what unattractive guys did, it would be considered cute.
This is where my stories come in. I did some not very cute things that went over.
Yeah, what's really funny is this guy's account is definitely making more femcells than it is making incels.
Just fine.
I feel like attractive guys have kind of like a act like an asshole card that they could use whenever they want because they have a pretty face. And they have unlimited ways on how to hit on women without being a creep.
Yeah, you can say quite a wide range of things and it will be okay, but only as long as she feels like this about you. This is a drawing of me when I was at my most attractive and a relationship that I had during that time where I did nothing and she did more than she should have. This is a timeline of that relationship. I had a crush on this girl when I was
Dude, this chick dodged a fucking bullet.
11, and she pretty much ignored me until after college when I lost weight and got in shape. And she sent me a suggestive message on Facebook where she saw my pictures, and we began a certain kind of relationship. And eventually, she let me know that she had been cheating on a different guy with me. And I said, well, that's a bad idea. You should probably either have a boyfriend or have fun, and you should pick one. And so she did. She got rid of him and said, now we can be together. And I said, well, that's not part of the deal. This guy's just going to be me later. And she said, oh, darn, and continued seeing me anyway. And also, I had no money and she had money, so she paid for everything while I continued to see other girls on the side. That's how much difference this can make. If you
And then everybody clapped, and then the president showed up and gave me $1 million. And then my mommy finally said she loves me.
can cross
Okay,
this
dude, all right,
line,
sure, yeah.
you're going to experience quite a big power differential.
Unattractive guys have to be more slow about it. They have to be more nonchalant and sneaky about hitting on a girl.
Sneaky, okay, we used to call that getting to know someone. When you're familiar with somebody, it becomes easier to create that bond. And maybe you as an individual can work your way out of it, but you can't have everyone works their way out of it. Because if they did, and everybody became more attractive, women would just reevaluate this into another one of these. There would be 80% of the guys who made it would be reevaluated into the didn't make it zone. And those guys have no choice. They have to get familiar with women first. Otherwise, they just get completely left out. And that's why the world is looking more and more like this. People don't get to know each other anymore. And if you try, women will call it sneaky. That's the one thing she said that I didn't like.
They also can't be arrogant and rude, where a lot of attractive guys get away with being rude.
That's me. I
This guy
used to
has
be
my-
rude. I was so bitter after I found out the difference between how people treat you when you move from here to here that I actually made a game out of what is the rudest thing that I can say to someone who I know already likes me before she doesn't like me anymore.
Me when I'm normal. Wow, people are being a lot nicer to me all of a sudden. Time to treat them like shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh man. Oh man. Excuse me. My God, it is laminated. Okay, I might be a biased person because low key, and I think a lot of other people also will agree, over under 2.5 people trapped in his basement for sure. Am I hallucinating? How the fuck is this a real person? I feel like a lot of other people would agree. When I do meet attractive people who are even just a little overconfident, they immediately look gross to me. Because I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever. I've seen a million of your type. Yeah, you've been on life on pretty privilege mode. Okay, all right. Move it along. Sorry, I need something other than just sheer confidence and nothing behind it. Christ. All right? There is some subset of women that immediately judge you way more harshly, actually, because you're more attractive. Hey, my standards for women and my standards for men are very different, Israel, okay? They're very different, all right? I struggled for a long time with what I thought was the little hill of people react differently to different people doing the same thing, but now I'm thinking I leaped that hurdle. Yeah. Whereas like a dude that's like, so think about it this way, like the prettiest, boobiest woman you've ever met, like the best AI generated woman with like the largest titties on the planet, like large enough to start having planets orbit her breasts, as sexy as you can make her in your head. And she approaches it and she's like hella overconfident. She owns the place and she's like trying to swag on you and being like,
Mass,
so where are
wanna
you taking
play a
me to
little
dinner?
game Link?
Super narcissist. It's like, it's almost kind of like cunty in the bad way. It's almost cunty in like the ew. Ugh. Whereas like the goth girl with like bags under her eyes, who doesn't look like she ever leaves her house, walks up to you and says, where are we going for dinner later? It's like actually kind of hot. It's like, wait, oh. Oh. Wait, you're kind of swagging on me a little bit. Wait. I'm kind of super interested. Right? And they can say the same thing in the same tone, but there's something about a very conventionally attractive person doing it. It's like, oh, it comes off as you think you own the place. And you think you can get away with this shit wherever you want to get away with this shit. Whereas like the goth girl with the fucking giant bags under her eyes and like the messy hair coming up to you and saying that, it's almost like, yo, I can't fix her. I cannot fix her. And I am so down to not be able to fix her. Overall, I would say that like pretty privilege is real. I mean, as someone who has gotten treated as not pretty privilege or without pretty privilege, and now I think more with pretty privilege is so real. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyone here who's lost a lot of weight, you fucking know. The difference in treatment is so insane.
We're all pretty here.
Real. Last beta, I think it was 7 months. "100% same. I gained weight and some of my coworkers are actually ruthless in a nice, joking way." Yeah. Yeah. Skinny privilege especially, yes. Or anyone here who's like had like a nice transformation is someone who lost a lot of weight, and not like a lot, but like a decent amount, and got a skincare regime that removed all of my acne and actually started taking care of like my eyebrows and taking care of my hair. It's like, whoa. Why are you guys being nice? This is weird. The fuck? Regiment? Sorry, yeah. What the? Something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. "I used to be super skinny. I gained 100 pounds in 6 months because of health issues. Someone literally told me to my face, 'What happened to you? Why are you obese now?'" "I just recently lost a fuck ton of weight and just everyday interactions are so different now." Yeah. "I was 260 at my heaviest, 200 at my lightest. It's awful. Like, dude, I know I'm fat and I hate it too. Why are you mad that I'm fat?" It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre. The problem is that I think a lot of the dudes that and a lot of the women also who just subscribe to like this ideology don't understand that if you're a douchebag, you don't get away with being a douchebag just because you're hot. In fact, a lot of times it's double negative points against you.
And I never found it. I wrote a few of them down, but I don't feel safe showing you. I played other games too. I once met a girl on the computer. I went to her place 3 times without ever telling her my name. And then on my way out the door, the 3rd time, I said, "Are you gonna ever ask me my name or what?" And she said, I didn't want to offend you. Like I was going to say, whoa, you're moving a little fast, aren't we? No, I'm not encouraging any of this
What? She just sounds kind of dumb. What? If this
behavior.
story is
This
even
is
real.
degenerate. The only reason I did it is because I was bitter, because I couldn't be liked without being likable. I didn't want to put in the work to get out of this area, and when I finally did, I still felt like this on the inside, and I said, oh, now it's my turn to do this to someone else. And that's not what we need more of. That kind of stuff just goes back into the dating pool and makes everybody more miserable and harder to deal with.
Now, the difference between an attractive guy and an attractive girl is like so different. An attractive girl, sometimes like they don't get guys. They get rejected because people get jealous of them, or they're really intimidated, or they're jealous. And it's just really hard to be an attractive girl. But for an attractive guy, literally it's like living on the red carpet with silver platters of opportunities handed to you constantly.
Well, not job opportunities. This was roughly my attractive era from here to here, and this was my net worth. And then I had nothing, and now I have internet money. But yeah, she's not
This is
wrong.
not true at all. This is literally not true at all. We know for a fact that halo effect is real, that attractiveness means you get paid more, that you're more likely to get promotions. This is stupid.
This is an easier position in the market than this. It's easier to get what you want. Now, I wish we could get away from this app style of dating and back to the classics, but I don't know how we're going to do that. This might even get worse. At least people are starting to get it. But for now, if you are not working on yourself, you are potentially giving up a lot of power. Just don't misuse it when you get it, or you'll eventually turn into me, but without the internet money.
See, what I never understand is how none of these people come to the conclusion, the accurate conclusion, that there are two groups of people in the world, very, very broadly, cool people and not uncool people. Been here 30 seconds. This whole worldview ignores the fact that gay people exist. They always ignore gay people in their scenarios, because why wouldn't they? And the thing is, when you meet someone that makes you feel bad, you immediately can forget that it happened, because that's someone who's uncool. When Sarah shows up at your doorstep and says, sorry, I don't date guys under 5'10". She's an uncool person. You wouldn't want to be her friend anywhere. She's a dipshit. She's not cool. Just like if I run into Jim, who's like, women that are over 120 pounds are fat bitches. I can immediately be like, oh, I thought you were cool, but you're clearly not cool. You're clearly weird to tell me that unprompted. That's insane. Or to say it in a group unprompted. That's crazy that you don't feel weird about saying that out loud to a group of people. You're weird. You're weird to do that. And then you immediately forget about them. Because you don't want to be friends with these people. You don't want to date these people fucking anyways.
I have to stand the guy who sent you 15 unanswered messages because Denims, so he cannot be blamed. I will die on this hill.
That's fair. I think you're forgetting that those mythological 10 women don't have thoughts regardless. I feel like it's a big obvious. We have to create a safer environment for women to meet strangers. I mean, yeah, that also, yeah. Or my coworker who seemed cool, but now he only talks about crypto. Yeah. It's kind of like the Elon Musk effect, right? Like, I think a lot of people, actually, I was seeing this tweet recently. Let me see if I can pull it up. Adult animation was in this weird ass period where when they were kissing and sucking up to him about Elon Musk, it says Elon Musk is no longer following the @Rick and Morty page. And then it's a couple screenshots of Elon Musk showing up and having cameos in Rick and Morty and South Park and The Simpsons. And someone put it really well. He was a liberal hero back in the 2010s for being the billionaire that was sending us back to space and doing a lot of stuff about climate change. People forget how quick the dude's political shift was. He voted for Joe Biden in 2020. He jumped to the right a few years ago because his kid transitioned. The guy was Reddit's Tony Stark for a while. I mean, he was literally in Iron Man 2. The thing is, for a while, Elon Musk was cool because he was relatively left-leaning. He believed in climate change, which is real. He believed in advancing science for benefiting people. And he was also internet-brained. Like, he liked video games. He liked anime. He liked internet speak. And I think a lot of people thought that that was cool. They were like, oh, like, yeah, he's just like us for real. And then we all said, he not like us for real. Once he, you know, did any number of things in the past, I would say decade. I would say the beginning of the end was like 2016 during the Hyperloop stuff. And then during after the Epstein stuff as well, having that photo, not great. And then going on this right-wing tour was also really weird. All of that was like bizarre. All of that was bizarre. Just every second of it. Sorry. Can I be mean to a chatter? Oh, I want to be mean. Oh, I want to be mean, but like I don't feel like I should be mean. But, like I want to be. Oh. Isn't that literally your job? No, it's not my job, no. I stopped supporting him after that one video came out calling out the Hyperloop as being a total piece of shit. I think I knew about him for the entirety of like a year, and then I was like, okay, this guy seems like whatever. And then I saw all the Hyperloop shit, and I was like, oh, this guy's just like a scam artist. Got it. But I think that was like 2015, 16, something like that. Thunderfoot was all over that shit. Yeah, I think he was one of a few people. It's pretty obvious he was exposed for sexual harassment of an employee when he paid off same week that he announced the GOP to the kinder party. Yeah. 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 Okay, fine. I'm going to say it. I don't care. He always sucked. Y'all got fooled. Any of you pretending he was ever relatable? Nah, you just got tricked. And you guys call me a hater? And you guys call me a hater. Sounds taxation account. Think of the 5 gifts. Oh my god. Chatter hops in here and is like, I was always morally pure, unlike you, plebeians. I can always see the truth because my third eye is decalcified. And maybe if you try hard enough, you can be as smart as me. Not everyone is as foolish as the lot of you are. And I'm the hater? And I'm the hater. I am not even a hater. I am not even that much of a hater, okay? Okay? Say it in Sephiroth's voice. True. True. I think also I was just barely saved from the Elon Musk propaganda because I was too busy watching anime. So it could have been a lot worse for me. I was like, what? 3D man. Ew. What the? So many polygons. Too many polygons for me. All right. The other thing I was going to show was finishing up on the topic on... Where is it? No. Vic, thanks so much for the tier 1. Thank you. Right, yeah, on this topic, finishing up this topic, 45% of men have never approached a woman in person. This is crazy, by the way. This is crazy. Still insane. Still absolutely crazy. And I don't know why people respond, by the way, to this claim saying rejection is really hard. Yeah, you're not going to get better at accepting rejection until you start getting rejected. You like start what, applying for jobs and you're like, God, the rejection is really hard. I'm just going to stop applying. What? It's a testament to how badly you want something. If you're willing to like get rejected a lot, then it means you really want it. And if you get rejected once and you're like, I can never do it again, bro, then you don't seem like you really want it. And if you don't really want it that bad, why are you complaining about it? Right? Anyone who says mating market is sus, yeah. I just don't approach women because I'm lazy. My man. Now that I fucking respect. Listen, babe, I'm too busy grinding these fucking ranked points. All right? But it's also like, this is more talking to the people who make like being an incel their whole personality, right? Because it's always the people who make being an incel their whole personality that are also the people that never approach women. And it's like, yeah, no shit, you're not dating anyone. You've never approached one person ever. Yeah, well, it's not fair that women don't have to approach men. It's just not fair. You know what else is not fair? Okay, menstruating is not fair. Okay, grow up, man. Some things in life suck, okay? Be blessed that you do not deal with periods and cramps, put on your big boy pants, and get rejected a couple times, okay? And women do approach men. There was literally an instance, women approach men, and this is like the best time to date as a dude because women will like plan entire dates. They will approach you. For fuck's sake, there was a woman at the Olympics that proposed to her boyfriend after winning in her fucking race or whatever. And put on your big boy pants, okay? If you want something, go get it, man. Go get it. Don't be yapping and being like, it's just my life is just so difficult. My life. That's loser brain, bro, okay? You gotta fucking get the loser brain off you. Just get it off you and go get what you fucking want. The incels were freaking out about that so much. I know. It's so weird. It was so fucking weird. Maidenless behavior? Yeah. Yeah. Gotta win a gold medal first. No, the chick ran her like track, won the gold medal, and then proposed to her boyfriend in the audience. She won bronze, whatever. She won gold in my heart, okay? All right. He was also an Olympian, to be fair, was he? Okay, well, maybe he, I don't know. I mean, that just makes sense, to be honest, though, because, like, I have nothing in common with an Olympian. What would we talk about? They'd be like, you want to go exercise? And I'd be like, no. Ew, what the fuck? No. I only exercise so I can get aesthetic muscles and so I don't have crippling joint pain at 30. Okay? That's the only reason. I'm not going to exercise for fun. The fuck? What are you, crazy? Glamour muscles, exactly. Yeah. Exercise so you can pick up the ladies. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm not that swole. Yet. We're going to get more swole. I didn't have the confidence to approach women in person until after my first divorce. Dude, sick. Good for you, man. Okay, once I felt a moment of fear women felt when rejecting scary men. Crazy drunk girl bigger than me got mad. And after that, the asking ladies is nothing now. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I also saw this like pretty decent thread, which is what universe are we in where I'm seeing threads from like pickup artist dating coaches that are based. As a men's dating coach who's worked with hundreds of men this past decade, so many thoughts, too many to write. But if you want to know the common thread, and they're responding to the question, 80% of single men no longer interested in dating. They're not even trying. Why is this the case? But the common thread, you can see it in all the replies, so much self-pity and woman blaming, very little taking responsibility, putting the economic issues of late capitalism aside, which definitely is a factor because everyone's broke and burnt out. Many men who aren't that affected by this are deeply disillusioned by dating because they've been indoctrinated into the manosphere way of thinking about women. And I'm just going to say, when it comes to dating, if you can get matches on dating apps, first of all, you're already doing great. You don't have to plan dates that are expensive, by the way. You know, like, you can plan a really nice picnic at sunset, pick out the park, make all the food, bring the wine. Like, bitches love picnics. And you could just go to the grocery store. Like, just go to the fucking Aldi's and grab a bunch of, like, sandwich whatever. At what park? The patch of grass by the highway? Okay, I would hope that there's at least, like, one park where you live, okay? Get some cheeses and some fruits and whatever. I do that because I'm broke and I know how to cook. Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. And you don't even really need to know how to cook to make a good sandwich. There's like a million YouTubers that only make sandwiches on fucking YouTube. All right? And that shit's actually better. Like, low key, this goes back to like the people will sort themselves out of your pool conversation. If you tell a chick that you're down to plan an entire picnic on a first date and bring one of the nicest boards, cheese boards and charcuterie boards, whatever, and you're down to make sandwiches and bring a nice thing of wine or whatever the fuck they like, and she thinks that that's not, she's like, no, I want to go to a diner, or like, I want to go to sorry, not a diner. I want to go on an actual dinner. Great. She's uncool. I'm sorry. That's just an uncool person. Only uncool people think planning a whole ass picnic, picking the park, getting the blanket, making the meals, bringing everything, and then cleaning up afterward. Only uncool people think that that's pathetic. Picnic is cheap, wants charcuterie board and wine? Brother, my brother in Christ. There's only 1 billion studies that show that wine tasting is bullshit. And wine sommeliers are total fucking liars. And like, it's been how many years in a row that they were like, oh yes, the vintage wine. Wow, it smells so good. It has such notes. And it's like some $10 wine from fucking California. Unless this was sarcasm, in which case you got me. And a charcuterie board is just fucking cheese and fruit. Well, hello? Grapes are like $2 a box. Fucking pick a couple cheese. Usually there's like cheese platters you can buy. They're like $10. Oh, I was joking. Okay, sorry, my bad. Sorry. My bad. All right. Anyways, yeah. Many are angry, miserable, blame women and the woke mind virus on their dating woes, not realizing they've lost or never developed the ability to connect with people, including women, on a non-superficial level. Every relationship is like transactional in nature. When you're constantly focused on the transactional nature of a relationship, you will be miserable and become burnt out. They see no joy in meeting new people and bringing new women into their lives. That's the saddest part. And I think another part is like your expectations have to be set appropriately. I'm so gross. I would compare it a lot to like queuing up for a rank game. Okay? When you queue up for a rank game, you're like taking it really seriously. Anything that goes wrong and you're like stressed out. No, man. Stop. Calm the fuck down, dude. Calm down. Don't queue up for ranked dates. Just queue up for casual dates. Go in, when you queue up for a casual game, your goal should be having fun. That's what video games are for. You queue up for quick play, you're there to have fun. That's how you should view your date. You shouldn't be going in there being like, I have to win. If she's not interested in me, by the end of this date, it's not going to be good. No, dude. No, man. Your goal should be going and having fun. You go plan that picnic date and your only goal is, I want to have fun today. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. She's not interested after, I don't care, whatever, it doesn't matter. I want to have a good time. I want to have a good conversation. I want to have some fun. That's what I'm doing this for. Just hanging out to vibe. Can you explain in Subnautica terms? I've actually never played Subnautica. I can't believe she's jungling right now. She needs to be in top lane. Dude, who gives a shit about the objective, dude? It's fucking quick play. All right? Can't you see I'm too busy sitting in this corner with the enemy fucking jungler fucking crouching and teabagging with them and emoting with them? No, don't fucking come and ruin it, dude. We're having a good time. All right, dude. All right. All right. When you run into the other team's jungler, people shy. My own life is made richer with every new connection I make, whether it's platonic, romantic, or sexual in nature. Every new woman I meet has the potential to enrich and build joy in my life. Many others become romantic, sexual partners. Men who cannot see the value in this are the ones who are constantly complaining about the male loneliness epidemic and have no female friends, and they wonder why dating sucks. Which is, again, literally exactly what I'm saying. Because, I mean, I feel like most people can tell what your intentions are pretty easily. That's been my experience, that other people can tell what my intentions are pretty easily. So you should set your intentions somewhere that's good. So when your intentions become clear, you're based, not cringe. Artistic pupper, thank you. I bought vanilla and chocolate. Really, I actually didn't like the vanilla and chocolate that much. I like the other ones more. But yeah, when you're there just to have a good time, your date will tell that you're there just to have a good time. And you're there to just strike up conversation and have fun. And when they say like, what are you looking for? You're like, well, I mean, I'd like to date someone, but also, honestly, I'm just trying to enjoy life. You know? If this doesn't go anywhere, that's, it'll be a little sad, but that's okay. Sometimes not everything has to go somewhere. And then you're really normal. And then the person is more interested in you because you're not a fucking freak. When you tell them, I'm actually here to raise my dating MMR. Right now, I'm like a bronze player and it's really fucking cringe. And all my friends are diamond players and I'm never going to get good. She's going to be like, dude, you're weird, man. You're fucking weird. I'm not going on another date with you. That's weird, man. That's strange. Okay. That's strange. I think that's honestly like the biggest thing. When you change your mentality about it to having fun, and that's your goal is, I want to have fun. I think that's pretty swag. I think that's pretty cool. Also, I'm bringing swag back in a big way, guys. I made a stupid, insignificant comment about an item a stranger was grabbing at the store. She continued the joke. We had a few dates, and now we're friends. The hardest part is just communicating, chat. There's no difference in starting a talk. To strangers versus talking to strangers you're interested in. We need to move past the anxiety and embarrassment. Yeah, and like anyone who's not interested in talking to you, whatever, they're just not interested. If you try to, like, I generally am not someone who talks to other people when I'm outside because I usually leave my house looking like a bum. So I don't want to talk to other people because I'm like, oh, I look so gross. Don't look, wearing like stained clothing and like, it's the baggiest, ugliest stained clothing I can find. Wearing one of those headbands makes me look as bald as I can look. It's like, oh God, I don't look great right now. Eye bags. Someone starts talking, it's like, dude, not now. No. And then I'm usually like, oh, I'm good, thank you, sorry. And then I walk away as quickly as I can. if someone's not interested, it's more about where they're at than where you're at or anything to do with you. You just don't take it personally. If the male loneliness thing is such an issue, how come I got no pussy as a man and now still get no pussy as a woman? This is bullshit. Clearly, women are the issue. Oh gosh. And this is actually a really cool way of phrasing it. If dating makes you feel miserable as a guy, that's a 90% skill issue and possibly a 10% logistics issue. We actually have it a lot easier than women do on this front because we're expected to make the first move. This means we only have to date women we're crazy about, as opposed to women who often have to filter out lots of crappy men before they get to the gold ones. There are better ways to date as a man, and the men in the replies haven't learned how to do it yet, so they end up spending all their time in manosphere bitching circles, which is totally true. But anyways. What the fuck, Trumu? Also, this is kind of crazy, and I know it's going to sound stupid, but like, hear me out for a second, because if you embrace this ideology, you will thank me. You know, you should just tell your brain, I won't feel rejection. I'm not going to feel bad about the rejection. Like, right before you do it, just tell yourself, okay, no matter what, I'm not going to let myself feel bad about this rejection. I'm done. I'm done being a loser and getting sad about a rejection. It's not happening. And you tell yourself and then you do it and then you're good. It like works. Your brain is really stupid and you can just tell it how to feel. And it's like, oh, for real? Oh, we don't do that anymore around here? Oh, okay. Oh, shit, for real? Just lie to yourself and then your brain is like, it'll just get over it. It's really cool, actually. It's like this meme. I don't know if you guys saw it. One sec. Which one are you? And it's an image and the top guy is saying, it's a factory worker in a factory with like a machine that's creating items. And it's like a red triangle and it's a blue circle, red triangle, red triangle. It says, a circle in a triangle factory. How queer. I've never seen such a thing. I must inquire about this further with my supervisor post haste. And the second one, which is, I guess we do in circles now. This is what I'm telling you guys about getting rejection or feeling bad when you get rejected. Just, you got to become, I guess we do in circles now. This is you not feeling bad about rejection. And you're like, oh, I guess we do in circles now. I guess we're good, actually. Yeah. You just have to be unburdened by what has been. Okay? It's that simple.